Hello everyone, Ace here, and today let's talk about how Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 has officially crashed on launch day, at least from the technical side, as players are finding load times that measure in the hours just to get into the game, assuming that they can actually get into the game, as many of them are also seeing themselves get put right back into the queue to get into the game, because Microsoft decided not to have the adequate infrastructure required to make sure that the people that want to play the game they bought on launch day could play the game they bought. Additionally, there are reports that Steam users are having trouble even being able to sign on to the game when entering the game in full screen mode, as doing so will apparently make the mouse cursor unresponsive. As a result, Microsoft has had to issue a statement on how to work around the poor coding that has gone into the game to cause this issue in the first place. Adding fuel to the fire is of course the fact that this is supposed to be an always online game with no option for offline play, unlike with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Oh, and did I mention that the full version of the game, which is to say the actual full version of the game and not a shell version of the game, falsely presented as a full version, costs $200. In other words, this game is always online with no option for an offline play mode, where the Steam version of the game has bugs preventing people from signing in, and those that are signing in to load are having to wait literally hours because Microsoft didn't put enough infrastructure into the servers themselves, only to find out in many cases that they have to go right back into the queue and start the loading process all over again, and you're expected to pay $200 for the privilege. Needless to say, this is a strategy that has not worked out for Microsoft. Currently, the game is sitting at a user review score of just 15% on Steam. Considering that is on the definitive storefront of the definitive platform, or what's supposed to be the definitive platform for this game, that is a scathing backlash if there ever was one. Now, this is obviously a launch day problem for the most part, and is most likely going to be sorted out in a few weeks at most, at least as far as the connection issues appear to be concerned. However, this is of course a situation that simply never should have happened in the first place. Failing to have an offline mode, especially when Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 had an offline mode, was obviously a very disastrous call. Let's be honest, Microsoft should seriously consider putting an offline mode into this version of the game as well. Not only would it at least alleviate issues like this, but it would also make sure that when the servers inevitably get taken offline years down the line, that people could still actually play the game they bought. Not that I think that Microsoft actually cares about that, though even if they don't, I'm sure some hackers can always find ways to get the game to work offline anyways, no matter what Microsoft wants. And I do think they will start to care a little bit more once that kind of reality becomes all the more common. But in any case, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.